the select board meeting Wednesday, August 7th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Meeting room, Seacon Town Hall, 100 Peck Street, Seacon. Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 20F requires any person recording must notify chairman at the beginning of the meeting. All Board of Selectmen meetings are recorded via audio and video. Is anybody else recording? Seeing no one, great. Call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Pledge of allegiance, a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could somebody read the board and committee opening, please?
Volunteers needed on the following: Board of Registrars, 1 Board of Selectmen appointment. Capital Improvement Committee, 3 Board of Selectmen, 2 moderators. Commission on Disability, 5 and 13 Board of Selectmen. Cultural Council, 1 Board of Selectmen. Economic Development Committee, 5 Board of Selectmen. Energy Committee, 3 Board of Selectmen. Historical Commission, 2 Board of Selectmen. Parks and Recreation, 2 Board of Selectmen. Recycling Committee, 2 Board of Selectmen. Veterans Council, 1 Board of Selectmen.
Thank you. Priority matters. Promotion of firefighter Adam Clement to the position of lieutenant.
Good evening, Madam Chair, select board members, Mr. Kadim. I come before you this evening to recognize firefighter Adam Clement. Firefighter Adam Clement has been with the Seacon Fire Department for over 15 years at this point. He currently has certificates in Fire Instructor 1, hazmat tech. He's also a hazmat technician, Company Officer 1, Company Officer Tactics and Strategies. He's a rope rescue operational and technician levels. He also holds that certification in trench rescue. He's also a technician level at that as well. Not only on those notes, he also is a Academy recruit instructor for the Massachusetts Fire Academy recruit program. Adam has always been an asset for us to the promotional process. He's rose through the ranks to where we are this evening. So through Mr. Kadim, I request that firefighter Adam Clement be promoted to the rank of lieutenant for the Seacon Fire Department today, 8/7/2024.
Madam Chair, with my recommendation as stated by Chief Will.
Thank you. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Here to assist tonight in swearing in is the town clerk, and then also with the badge pinning is Deputy Fire Chief retired Alan Brokaw and his nephew James. If you guys want to come up and take pictures, feel free. Get a front row seat.
You folks can come on this side if you want to.
I, Adam Clement,
I, Adam Clement,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear faith and true allegiance
that I will bear faith and true allegiance
to the United States of America
to the United States of America
and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and will support the Constitution thereof, so help me God.
and will support the Constitution thereof, so help me God.
I, Adam Clement,
I, Adam Clement,
do solemnly swear,
do solemnly swear,
sincerely swear and affirm
sincerely swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
and perform all duties incumbent upon me
and perform all duties incumbent upon me
as Fire Lieutenant for the town of Seacon,
as Fire Lieutenant for the town of Seacon,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
I will obey and be bound
I will obey and be bound
by department rules and regulations,
by department rules and regulations,
policies and procedures,
policies and procedures,
as are or may be established,
as are or may be established,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you ready, Chief?
Yep.
Consider the conditional offer of employment for Joshua Hilton for the position of firefighter lateral transfer.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Select Board members, Mr. Kadim. To my left is Joshua Helton. Joshua was interviewed for the position of firefighter paramedic lateral position. He interviewed before a panel on July 23rd. That panel consisted of Mr. Kadim, Deputy Chief Delesio, Captain McGill, Lieutenant Young, Lieutenant Goodwin, and myself. Through that interview process, it was identified that Mr. Helton would be a great candidate for organization. He currently is employed with the town of Tiverton Fire Department, and prior to that, he graciously served with the Norfolk, Virginia Fire Department. He currently holds certifications in the nationally recognized Firefighter 1-2 program, nationally recognized paramedic. He also is a CPR and ACLS instructor. Also on top of that, firefighter health, or Mr. Helton received a Medal of Merit while he was working for the town of Virginia, and that's where he performed life-saving efforts on a coworker by performing the Heimlich Wallenstation and saving that coworker's life. Also, he holds certifications at rope rescue technician level, confined space, and trench rescue technicians. He also helped to establish and was part of the peer support team down in Norfolk, Virginia. After the interview, we had a collective discussion, and we feel that his assets and his certifications would be a great addition to our organization. So through Mr. Kadim, I make the recommendation to extend a conditional offer of employment to Joshua Helton for the position of firefighter paramedic.
Madam Chairwoman, my recommendation is that you offer a conditional offer of employment to Joshua Helton for the position of firefighter.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Move that the Board of Selectmen appoint Joshua Helton to the position of firefighter paramedic for the fire department, subject to and conditioned upon his successful passage as determined by the town administrator of the following: successful completion of attachment A of the collective bargaining agreement between the town of Seahawk and IAFF Local 1931, a successful pre-employment background check, a satisfactory 4-8 check, completion of all pre-employment paperwork, and a physical examination with drug screening.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Welcome aboard. Consider the conditional offer of employment for Chantel Delancourt. Sorry. Delancourt for the position of part-time kennel worker.
Madam
Mrs. Russo, go ahead.
Chairwoman, members of the board, Mr. Kadim, Chantel Delancourt has expressed an interest in the part-time kennel position. She was interviewed on July 26, 2024 by town clerk Kristen LaRue, assistant ACO Jessica Blake, and myself. Chantal performed well during her interview and displayed a high level of interest in the position. Chantal has been a regular volunteer here at the shelter for the past year. She's volunteered many hours socializing our feral cats and assisting us with applications for pets. She's a certified veterinary assistant. She has good customer service skills. She also is vaccinated already for rabies and is available to cover vacation and sick time as needed. I believe Chantal will be an asset to the team of the animal shelter and recommend her for the position of part-time kennel worker. With that being said, I would recommend to offer her conditional offer of employment.
My recommendation is as stated by Animal Control Officer Russo.
Can I have a motion, please?
Move that the Board of Selectmen appoint Chantel Delancourt to the position of part-time kennel worker with animal control, subject to and conditioned upon their successful passage as determined by the town administrator, or of a employment check, successful query check, and completion of all pre-employment paperwork.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Ready? Consider the appointment of Thomas Silver as the traffic constable for the police department. What?
You're a D.
You skipped one.
You skipped one. For what? Matthew.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
We'll get there.
Yeah, consider the conditional offer of employment for Matthew Camara for the position of police officer lateral transfer.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, Mr. Kadim. On July 30th, an interview panel was convened for the position of lateral transfer police officer. The panel consisted of myself, Assistant TA Carol Days, Deputy Chief LaFleur, Lieutenant Shalafo, and Lieutenant Dowd. On that date, the panel interviewed Matthew Camara of Swansea. Matthew is currently employed as a police officer in the city of Fall River. He started his career as an environmental police officer in that city. A year and a half ago, he was transferred to the city's regular police department, where he is assigned to the patrol division. Mr. Camara is a graduate of the Randolph Police Academy and is currently working towards a criminal justice degree. During his interview, Matthew showed that he would be a good fit for our police department. His training, his experience, his community policing mindset are just a few of the reasons he was selected to move on in the process. For those reasons, through Mr. Kadim, I request that the board extend Matthew Camara a conditional offer of employment for the position of police officer.
Madam Chair, one of my recommendations is that a conditional offer of employment for Matthew Camara, for the position of police officer.
I have a motion, please.
Move that the Board of Selectmen appoint Matthew Camara to the position of first-class patrolman for the police department, subject to and conditioned upon successful passage as determined by the town administrator of the following: completion of a satisfactory background check, physical examination with drug screening, psychological screening, execution of the recruit officer repayment agreement, MBTC physical fitness test, obtain and maintain a Massachusetts license to carry, fulfillment of all satisfactory requirements set forth by the Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission to become a certified law enforcement officer, successful verification of the National Decertification Index, successful passage of the Civil Service Physical Ability Test, completion and passage of the MPTC or approved ROC Police Academy.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. You're all set, you can go. I gotta stay. All right, thanks, Chief.
Okay. Consider the appointment of Thomas Silver as the traffic constable for the police department.
Okay, so the next three items we're looking to add to our civilian traffic constables. As you may or may not know, they supplement sworn detail officers for traffic details. We currently have a handful of constables. The need is there. What we've done is we utilized members of the fire department for a few reasons. One is their schedule. The second is the CPR first aid requirement. We don't have to worry about, chasing people or training them because they have it. And they're town employees. So I think all those things, it's better to have those members do it than put it out just to have part-time employees. Thomas, he finished we made him do a state certified certification for flaggers. There'll probably be more of these names as we I start getting their certifications in. As of right now, I have 3. Thomas has passed his certification, and I'd like to get him appointed as a traffic constable. Through Mr. Kadim, I request that Thomas Sylvia be appointed a traffic constable for the police department.
My recommendation is as stated by Chief Hughes.
Thank you. Do I get a motion this time? Mr. Zora, no?
No, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
For the same reasons, I request through Mr. Kadim, Michael Puhak be police department.
My recommendation as stated by Chief Hughes.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
And lastly, Brandon Ferrari, through Mr. Kadim, I wish that he also be extended an appointment as traffic constable for the police department.
My recommendation is as stated by Chief Hughes.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you
Thanks,
very much.
Chief.
Thanks, Chief.
Next, community speaks. Anyone here from the community that would like to speak up? Seeing no one, moving on. General business, consider the request for a right-of-way permit for Russ Pion to provide water service at 140 Bradley Street while the road is under moratorium until July 31st, 2027.
How's everybody doing? Good.
So I think we were here 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
My understanding is the situation has gotten worse at, Mr. Pine's residence.
Correct.
So I'll let him kind of explain where he's at, the request, and then I'll give you an update on the permit. I have been coordinating with, Matt, Mingus, who's gonna be doing the work there to get things ready in anticipation that the board will probably make a favorable recommendation. So, with that said, I gotta leave, I think we're kind of at the same place.
Yeah, so we left off, the bond was purchased through Minkin's Insurance Company, so that is in place. All that's left is get approval, whether it's straight to the front of the house or off to the left on the corner of the house, or the corner of the road corner. And that's where we stand. I had another pinhole, which I fixed, last Wednesday when I called you.
Mhm.
So it's something that has to get resolved. I hope I don't get any more.
My one question is the bond, we had stated at our last meeting, would be till 2028, a year after
So
the moratorium.
that's true. That is
Is
correct.
that the understanding of the contract?
Yes, so the contract that has a bond right now that extends it, well, it's in effect right now through the end of August, or it's August 1st, 2027. I called him and mentioned that to him, that it should be through 2028. However, the bond is only issued for a 3-year period. And I do have a copy of the bond. There is language in there that says unless renewed by the continuation certificate. So they will continue this for an additional year as needed. And he's fully aware of that. I've also put language into the permit itself that explains that, and I'll go over that in a little bit, but, I think logistically, I just wanted to let you know, we do have the bond in place through 2027. We're gonna do a 1-year extension on that, and, he's gonna do that and stated as well in the front of the permit. I added some conditions, which I can share with you in a little bit too. I think the main thing is make sure we agree, you collectively as the board are gonna approve the permit. I know there was discussion last time on whether we go to the front of the house, the side of the house. I think there was I believe one of the members here made us a recommendation to make it at one of the locations, but just to let you guys have that discussion, and then I can go over some of the permit issues.
Can I ask a question, Mr. Crawl?
Sure.
What is your opinion? What would be the better of the positions to put it in your expertise?
Just from the estimated location of where the water line is, there's roughly a 3-foot buffer from the grass area to the edge of the roadway on the side of the house. If you're facing the house, that would have been the plan that we had last time.
Yeah.
Or to the right-hand side of it. And directly in front of the house, you have less distance, it's probably a foot, and the impact is probably more likely to occur there. That's the discussion that we had with the board the last time. I spoke to Matt about that as well today. His current plan is showing it on the side of the house. However, I know he was gonna have discussions with Russ today, just talking about what he, I told him to come to the board and ask for either location, but ultimately you guys have to decide where to allow that connection.
Plan B, which was on the corner, it wasn't gonna impact the road, and that was initially the way we're looking at it. We didn't think we were gonna go through this whole process. This was last year. It's a lot more costly for me, and they have to go cut across the driveway, but straight out in front of the house, it's a clear shot.
If you go straight across up from the house, how much of the roadway is impacted? Are they still off the roadway?
Either location, there's gonna be the chance, because they're going down 5 feet, like I stated, right, that we're gonna undermine the pavement. So if you're 3 feet off the edge of the roadway on the side of the house, you have a little bit more
Yeah,
play,
there's a chance, yeah.
right? The other side of the house, I believe the plan showed it, it's closer to a foot, or it's actually showed that they anticipate getting the roadway there. It actually showed the patch where they would be repairing the roadway, but, I don't have that drawing in front of me. I think it was a foot though. I think that was the difference last time. We're dealing with a foot off the pavement versus 3 feet off the pavement. Obviously, the more buffer, for my opinion, that's where I like to see it.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay, well, I'll tell you my opinion, because nobody's really said an opinion yet, so I will. And I think, seeing as we are making or having the contractor extend their bond out an extra year, which usually isn't done, I would recommend that we approve the straight out line, not the one that, to me, that's gonna cause him more trouble than anything else. And I think with the bond having to be extended out an extra year, I think it's CYA's.
I agree.
And just, so I may just for a point of clarification on my permit. And it's just a couple things. I've been fast tracking this. I know that, given the condition what's going on out there, the permit is ready for approval. Jim Halpin actually has been taking over the permits, and I've been guiding him with this one. This is his first permit. We have all permits right now. They've been through the whole process. They're in front of us now. We already did the inspections out there. So we're ready to sign it and invoice it as of tomorrow morning. So just make the payment, we'll approve it.
Read us you said you have special something
That's
on
my
that
eyesight,
permit.
right? So,
Want my glasses?
no, sorry. Under the description here, under general, I put down special conditions, because when there's special conditions, I put it there.
Yeah.
And basically just stating that since the roadway is currently under moratorium, only the board of selectmen are allowed to issue the permit at their sole discretion with any stipulated conditions provided from the board of selectmen meeting. Excavation shall be conducted to ensure that the impacts to the roadway, if any, are minimized. Excavation shall occur under the supervision of the DPW superintendent or his designee. In the event that the roadway pavement is disturbed in any way, restoration of the pavement shall be as directed by the DPW superintendent or as specifically determined by the board of selectmen. The intent is to restore the roadway back to the original condition as much as possible. Any permanent repairs to the roadway shall be guaranteed through the end of the moratorium plus 1 full extra year, specifically through 8/01/2028. The $5,000 bond shall extend 1 full year past the end of the moratorium, specifically 8/01/2028.
Sounds good to me.
And then the final caveat, typically you allow us to sign it on behalf of the board. So I can have Jim sign this with that written on here on the signature line. We don't really have a line, or we could just put in, we could have Sean sign it, I could sign it, Jim could sign it, or someone on the board could sign it. In the past, you've allowed me as the superintendent to sign the permit on behalf of the board. So we just need that direction as well.
Okay, I would love to have a motion to allow for Mr. Payan at 140 Bradley Street to engage contractor to install his water line, designated from the, hold on. northwest corner of his house to the road.
Straight out.
Straight up, okay, good, straight out, and,
Allow Mr. Cabral to sign the permit.
that's what I was gonna say, that's the motion, go.
It would be west, not northwest. Northwest, we go right to the.
Second.
Just to let you know.
Thanks. Motion, this is Posey, seconded by Mr. Healy, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Everybody good?
Recognition of the traffic control box art contest winner.
Right,
This is Cody.
we do have a winner, Mr. Race, you wanna come on up? This is Mr. Joseph Rays, he is the artist that submitted the Soaring Above, design. So I would like to thank you for, your submission and congratulate you on your win. I'd also like to say thank you to our other artists who also submitted a very nice design called Sunset Pond, I believe it was called.
Yes.
And I think they were both fantastic designs. And I congratulate both of you for entering the contest. And thank you both for entering. And I'd like to thank all of the residents who voted in the first round and in the tiebreaker. Totally unexpected that we would end up with a tie, but it was pretty amazing. So on behalf of the board, I'd like to congratulate you. And we do have, as stated in the rules, be a $500 prize, half of it paid up front, the other half at completion. So I'd like to present with you the first half of the prize winners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we'd like to, we have, the DPW will be prepping the box, as soon as the weather is good. I think he said maybe tomorrow, Sean, they might be able to do it, and once it's prepped, it's all over.
Do we have a connection between him and Mr. Cabral, so we can let him know when it's ready?
Yeah.
He scampered out of here pretty quick.
Can you just,
I have it.
yep.
We have his phone number and his email.
Oh, okay. So that way we'll have Mr. Cabral contact you to let you know when it's been done.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
great.
I'd like to thank all the people, all the residents who voted as well, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Oh, we're happy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a first for CCON.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, consider accepting donation of 4 new soccer goals for the grades 1 and 2 age levels from Seacon Youth Soccer.
Madam Chair, just for the board here, as you guys know, I wear another hat being president of Seacon Youth Soccer. We've had 4 goals for the grade 1-2 age levels. They're 6.5 feet wide or tall by 12 feet wide. They were in very poor condition. They've been in poor condition and hazard to the players and residents that are out there using them. So for the upcoming season, which is going to be starting in about a month here, hard to imagine, the board had approved the donation of 4 new goals, for the use of the town, to be used over there at the Cole Street Fields. The 4 old goals, 2 of which are going to be shipped off. We actually have somebody who wanted to take the old goals. And the other 2 would be relocated to Pleasant Street for the time being, because there may be some use for it over there. So.
Cool. Any questions for anybody? Can I have a motion, please? To accept the donation of the gold?
Motion, we accept the donation of 4 new soccer goals for the grades 1 and 2 age levels for Seacon Youth Soccer.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain.
4 in favor, 1 abstention. Excellent. Thank you very much. Seacon Youth Soccer. Consider establishing a date for fall town meeting.
Madam Chairwoman, I would propose that we do November 18th. I know we do every second Monday, November second Monday. May, but the second Monday in November is Veterans Day, so the 18th. Following.
Makes sense. It's gonna move that to the week later.
Okay, anything? No? Okay,
At 7 o'clock, right?
7 PM at the high school, and we have the high school already? Good. Okay, so we don't need a motion for that, do we? Motion,
I'll make a motion to set the fall town meeting date for November 18th at 7 PM at Seacon High School.
any other comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you. Consider opening the annual fall town meeting warrant.
Madam Chairman, I just ask that we open the fall town meeting warrant and have the warrant close on September 27th.
So you want to open it today, August 7th?
Yep.
And it to close when?
September 27th.
September 27th. Someone make a motion.
Make a motion to open the annual fall town meeting warrant effective today, August 7th, and to close it on September 27th, 2024.
Does it have to be a time? Okay. And this
Second.
is day. Mike, thank you. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Thank you. Consider and sign the warrant for the state primary election. As we see in front of us is the state primary election on Tuesday, the third day of September 2024 at 7 AM to 8 PM. And for those of you who are listening, who I'll be voting for, well, let me tell you. The senator in Congress for the Commonwealth, representative in Congress for the 4th District, counselor for the 1st District, senator in general court for the 3rd Bristol and Plymouth Districts, representative in general court for the 4th Bristol District, clerk of courts for Bristol County, register of deeds for Bristol Northern District, and county commissioner Bristol County. And the reason I do not have the names for you is I went and looked online under the warrant for 2024 state primary, and there's a lot of names there. So before you go and vote, look online. If I found it, you can find it, and you can look at all the names and figure out who you would like to vote for. So that's the paper we just signed. Oh, that's right here. Okay, so this has been considered and signed. I don't know the date.
Make a motion that we all sign the warrant for the state primary election.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay, consider approval open session minutes for July 24th, 2024.
I read and reviewed the minutes, make a motion to accept as presented.
Second.
Yes, Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you. Other business, discuss other topics not reasonably anticipated by the chairman 48 hours before the meeting. I have none. Town administrators report, start with DPW building.
No new updates at this time.
None for that. Do you have anything else?
Nothing.
Okay. Board of Selectmen, Selectmen liaison reports and comments, accounts payable warrants signed. Signed by everybody. 540 Arcade Avenue Building Committee report, things are going great. They're using the building. I just learned that the plaque for the phase 2 is in. We just need to, basically figure out where it's gonna go, because I guess it's not a light flat, and I need to talk to the contractor to see, I have a lot of pictures to go through because of the, some of the walls are cement blocks with metal framing and insulation, and just gotta figure out with the sign company where to put it. So, I'll let you know about that. TV9 liaison report.
All I have is we got something back from the attorney this week, and Mr. Kadim and I are on a conference call next week.
Excellent. Bristol County Advisory Board,
There is a meeting tomorrow at 6.
is that a Zoom?
Both.
Oh,
Zoom or in person.
Madeira's committee report.
There is nothing new, except that there is a meeting next Monday at 7 PM here at Town Hall.
What's the date for next Monday?
August 12th.
Thank you. Seacon Public Library feasibility study building assessment.
There is a tentative date scheduled for next week, August 20th and 21st. That's Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Do the work on that Southwest.
Oh,
To do the investigation that they need to do.
Oh, investigate, oh, okay.
They have to
I was
dig
gonna
it,
say.
inspect it, and-
I get it.
but it's still tentative. They have not received the confirmation.
Okay, comments, Mr. Sullivan, anything?
Yes, I guess this is kind of a general question, and as it relates to an email that we were sent to by Mr. Kadim with regards to the financial calendar. I see that there was at least a tentative date, has that for a quad board meeting to kick off the fiscal year in October. Has that been confirmed with FinCom, school, and all that? Is that just kind of a tentative plan? And
That was tentative, that's our off night. So Chris Estes reaching out. So,
okay, that was it. Thank you.
Mr. Zora?
Like I say, I attended National Night Out last night in the police department. Although attended by our residents, I'm glad that they went forth with it, given the weather. I know other towns and cities, some canceled it. They did a great job, police, fire, DPW, everyone that participated. It was nice to see the CERT team helping out, helping park cars and helping serve popcorn and cotton candy and such, but once again, it was a good job. Well attended by the residents, and thank you to the businesses that donated, and there are a lot of gift cards and stuff for prizes.
That's it?
That's it. Thumbs up.
Mrs. Clothing?
I've got nothing.
You got nothing? Mr. Haley?
The only thing I have, Madam Chair, is, Mr. Kadim, can we have somebody, I'm not exactly sure who does this, look into the fill that's being dumped on the corner of Hammond Street and Chestnut Street? I've been approached by several people that live in that area. I received several emails about it. I drove by there, I did take pictures of some of the material that they're dumping there. I believe most of the material that's what they're calling is clean gravel or clean fill is not allowed to be dumped on a property used for clean fill. And I would just like to make sure we get somebody out there before they throw a loom over it and hide it. Because there's plastic pipe in it, there's roots, there's pieces of stumps, there's asphalt pieces in it. Most of that stuff you cannot put in clean fill on a property. And all those properties operate off a well. They don't have town water. And I also believe that there's a DEP number for the community septic system back there. So I think might be DEP might be concerned about what they're dumping over there in regards to fill. Because all you have to do is take it right onto Hammond Street and you can see it. It's absolutely, in my opinion, deplorable fill. Thank you. I don't know who to,
no, we'll get it.
that's all I have.
Okay. I just have a couple of things. I also went to the, night out over at the public safety building, and I had a blast too. I think it was very, very well done. There was a lot of everything there. There was a lot of food, a lot of things to do, the boat, generators, and I mean, even the FBI was there recruiting. So that, as far as I know, was a first to me, but I thought it was great. State police broke the boat. Unfortunately, they got a flat tire, but DPW helped them out. And, oh, by the way, Mr. Kadim, I told them that they're gonna send Chief Enos the bill for the flat tire on the Mass State Police truck. So when you see that, you know where it's coming from. But for those of you that missed it, it's too bad because, it did threaten rain, and I heard that in some places in town it did rain. But I know I left 7 o'clock and it hadn't rained yet, so I don't think they got any rain at all. They did it, it was a fantastic job. It was a really good night. I also like to let you know, I went for a ribbon cutting at McCall Country Club. I'll tell you, when he gets that done, it's gonna be beautiful. He has the back all done, and it's not just gonna be a country club where you have to be a member. He has that big pool there that is still attached, and, his thought is he would like to open it and allow Seekonk residents to maybe pay a fee, so you can go and, like, say Saturday, you wanted to go take the family to the pool, and you could say, pay whatever. He didn't come up with an amount, we don't know that, but instead of just, having to buy membership and then maybe only going a couple days, that Seekonk residents would be allowed to go and bring their families for the day, which I thought was very nice. From another email that I've received, I'd like to remind people, we have the board and committee openings at the beginning of our meetings every week. And I know there are some people out there that have sent in their applications for some of these committees. But with it being July and August, please have patience, because lots of times, the human services, what is it, human services, what is? No, Carol Ann's.
Human resources.
Human resource. The human resource lady will be out for, vacation. Our town administrator will be out on vacation. The executive secretary may be out on vacation. So if you put your application in and we're still reading the openings, does not mean we didn't receive your application. It just means that Mr. Kadim and his staff haven't gotten together to call you and discuss it with you. So have patience. A lot of these committees don't meet during the summer, so the rush really isn't going to be on until like the end of this month, where most of them will stop meeting again in September, even though there are some that meet a lot, but even through the summer. But please have patience. I read a couple of things where nobody's ever called me. Doesn't mean we have your application. It's just going to take a little time to get it through. So I would give it a couple of months, and if you haven't heard in a couple of months, then I would contact the town administrator's office to make sure that they have your application. And with that state primary coming up, you have to register to vote. So please, the last day to register, well, that's the presidential election. But if you want to vote, you need to register, please, and you can contact the clerk's office to find out when those dates are. Oh, anybody else? Everybody good? Okay. I would take a, whoops, hold on, maybe. Okay, I take a motion to adjourn at 6:43 PM to enter into an executive session to, are we reconvening? Not to reconvene an open session for potential contract approval for executive session pursuant to general law, chapter 38, 2121A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if in open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares. Is this the right one? Hold on.
Yeah, you do that.
What? What you said?
Litigation.
Oh, okay, I know why. I do have the wrong one. Okay, to continue. Isabella versus Town of Seekonk et al. U.S. District Court number 123 CV 10127-DJC. Executive session pursuant to general Law, Chapter 38, subsection 21A3, to discuss litigation strategy in the case of International Paving Corp. et al. Versus Town of Seacon, CA number 123CV10881-PBS. If discussing the matter in open session will have a detrimental effect on the town's litigating position and the chair so declares. C, to conduct a strategy session with respect to negotiations with DPW AFSCME. Council 93, per Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 21A3, as having the discussion in open session would be detrimental to the litigation or bargaining position of the town, and to consider approval of the July 24th, 2024 executive session meetings.
So moved.
Second, Michael Healy, aye.
Pam Boothi, aye.
Justin Sullivan, aye.
Chris Zimmer, aye.
Michelle Hines, aye. Unanimous. Thank you, everybody, for coming.